Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. Today we're tackling one of the absolute biggest problem areas for guys. Yeah, we're talking about the non-defined, or let's just say it, the saggy lower chest. Look, if you've been benching until you're literally blue in the face on endless, ineffective chest days, but you still aren't seeing that crisp, definitive line at the bottom of your pecs, well, you're definitely not alone. It's incredibly common, but today, we're gonna fix it. We're breaking down the actual science of your chest anatomy, and we'll be going through a curated arsenal of exercises that specifically target this stubborn area. By the end of our time together, you are going to have the exact blueprint to build a complete, fully defined chest.
But right out of the gate, we need to diagnose what you're actually struggling with here. We have to figure out, is this an issue of diet or an issue of muscle? So you need to take an honest look in the mirror. Are you lacking definition because there's a layer of body fat kind of obscuring the muscle underneath? Or are your body fat levels actually pretty low, but you still don't have that definitive line? Identifying the root cause here is absolutely crucial step number one, because the solution for each is totally different.
Right, so if you're in that first category with higher body fat, your primary focus just has to be strict nutrition. You've got to get your diet in check to drop those fat levels so that you can actually see the canvas you're working with, right? But if your body fat is low and you still lack that definitive line, well, then you're dealing with low muscular development. And that means we need to target the area using science. And that is exactly what the rest of this explainer is going to help you achieve through targeted anatomical training.
To fix this muscular development issue, we have to look really closely at the anatomy of the pecs. See, the chest isn't just one big block of muscle. We specifically need to separate the main sternal area from this crucial, much smaller section known as the abdominal head. It's this tiny area right at the very bottom of the chest. And here is literally the most important anatomical fact you need to remember for this whole thing. The fibers of this abdominal head, they run up and out towards the arm, okay? Keep that up and out visual locked firmly in your mind.
Now, most guys think pressing straight out is like the holy grail of chest training. But here's a crazy fact. If you move straight out, you are completely missing the target. The golden rule here is that if you want to stimulate a muscle, you absolutely have to move your body in the exact direction that its fibers run. So, because those abdominal head fibers run up and out from the bottom of your chest toward your arm, you must move your arm down and across your body to properly contract them. Down and across. That is the absolute secret to unlocking the lower chest.
The baseline movement. Why the decline bench works. You might think you're just pressing straight away from your body on this exercise, but actually, by sitting up at that decline angle, your arms are naturally angled downward relative to your torso. They are perfectly following those exact lower chest fibers we just talked about.
Which brings us to category 1 for our curated lower chest arsenal, leveling up your dips. Let's take a classic to the next level.
Dips are just phenomenal, mainly because the fundamental arm movement naturally follows that downward fiber direction we need. But we can definitely elevate the standard dip. Try adding a plus push at the very top. That means you actively protract your shoulders and push away when your arms are fully straight. This fires up the serratus muscle. You know, that jagged sort of boxer's muscle right under your ribs that works perfectly in concert with your lower chest. Or alternatively, try the straight bar dip. By hovering forward over a straight bar to keep your balance, you'll literally force the exact internal rotation that your chest craves right at the top of the movement.
Moving on to cable and band techniques, precision and adduction.
So next up, we're utilizing cables to really maximize adduction. And adduction just means bringing the arm across the midline of the body. I absolutely love this next move because honestly, it's a brilliant hack. It takes a commonly botched tricep pushdown and completely transforms it into an incredible lower chest builder. It's called the jackhammer pushdown. So instead of keeping your elbows glued tightly to your sides for triceps, you open up your chest. You let those elbows ride high and out, lean just slightly forward, and press straight down. You are perfectly tracing the line of those lower chest fibers. It's a total game changer. Now let's look at two fantastic cable presses. First, the standing cable lower chest press. This really focuses on driving the elbow high to low, twisting into external rotation at the top and then internal rotation at the bottom. But when comparing these two, dropping down for the kneeling express gives you a massive advantage. Being on your knees allows your arms to drift even higher up, giving the muscle a much deeper stretch from origin to insertion. Plus, it allows you to seamlessly cross that midline for maximum adduction.
Section 3. The at-home lower chest. No gym, absolutely no excuses.
Look, if you're training right in your living room and you only have a single resistance band, you can absolutely still apply these exact anatomical rules without any heavy machinery.
Enter the D2 flexion pattern. This is actually a physical therapy classic. Basically, you anchor the band high, start with your arm up and externally rotated, and then you pull down towards your opposite pocket. It's almost like you're drawing a sword. By keeping your arm completely straight throughout this movement, you increase the leverage or the moment arm, which makes a really simple lightweight band feel incredibly heavy and highly effective. Another brilliant at-home option is the incline twisting push-up. Now, we already know a standard incline push-up naturally targets the lower chest, right? Just because of how it angles the arms downward relative to the torso. But by adding a deliberate twist of your body away from the working arm at the very top of the rep, you create something called relative motion. So instead of moving your arm across your body, you're actually twisting your body around a fixed arm. This provides a really powerful gravity-loaded contraction right across your chest. It literally makes a simple bodyweight move pack a serious punch.
And finally, the ultimate finishing move, maximum loading and total focus. For our final exercise, we are combining the raw mechanical advantage of the dip with the continuous, punishing tension of cables to give you the absolute ultimate chest builder, the decline cable dip. You set up on a decline bench, grab cables from a low pulley, keep those elbows high, and press straight down the line of your body. This hybrid move is amazing because it allows you to load up the weight significantly heavier than the other variations, all while safely and perfectly pressing along the precise line of those abdominal head fibers.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a crucial question to think about. Are you actually willing to leave your ego aside? Because to truly fix your lower chest, you've got to stop mindlessly pressing heavy weights just to move the needle. You have to establish a deep, focused mind-muscle connection. Think about the anatomy we discussed, trace those fibers, and really focus on the squeeze. Because I promise you, when it comes to sculpting a defined lower chest, 10 perfect sets of 1 rep are infinitely better than 1 set of 10 crappy reps. Start applying this science today and watch that lower chest finally take shape. But you know, it does beg the question, if you've been training your chest wrong this whole time, what other stubborn muscle groups are you currently leaving on the table?